Harry. Listen. If he's done what he's done now without this whole Meghan shenanigans, moving for privacy to Los Angeles, Canada, first, and then tipping off the paparazzi that they live there, and then going to Los Angeles. If he sued the Mirror, the Sunday Mirror, and the Sunday People without this whole shenanigans, probably people wouldn't criticize him. But as he's being on the World Privacy Tour, and I know I've never said privacy, it's privacy, so funny. I think it's a British way of saying privacy. First of all, he shows up at the court with one of the best lawyers, and he used to represent one of the chief of BBC or something like that. His phone got hacked over I don't know how many times, and he actually won the lawsuit. And he has the same lawyers. Harry has the same lawyers as that guy did. And he shows up in the court saying, I don't know, I believe so. Ask them.
Which phone of yours would have been intercepted?
I can't be sure.
That's not an answer. How can you be paranoid if you're not aware of the article?
I'm just speculating.
In my opinion, I thought the lawyers would prepare him in advance. They would question him, they would grill him, they would make sure that he remembers some of the publications, some of the things that came out in the newspaper. I thought he's gonna remember that. But the fact that he doesn't remember anything and he speculates on everything makes me think either lawyers completely fucked him over by not preparing him, or they wanted to prepare him, but Harry was like, no, I don't do the hard work. I don't write my own book. I have a ghostwriter for that. I don't do shit. It just happens to me. The same with Meghan Markle, right? They're not the hardest workers. The thing is, he came completely ill-prepared. He has no facts. He has no notes. He didn't sit down with his lawyers, and I think the lawyers did not explain to him how this cross-examination works. I mean, I have no knowledge on justice system, but I even know that cross-examinations are brutal, and you don't want to be on that stand, and you want to have your facts straight. But I think what happened, he probably relied too much on the fact that his mother passed away due to tragic events, and paparazzi haunted her. And I think he relied on the sympathy and this whole a common knowledge that his mom was really completely, her privacy was not respected, and it affected Harry. And also Harry, of course, was haunted by the paparazzi, and probably he just thought that, hey, that's good enough of evidence and I'm gonna win that case. Obviously it doesn't work like that. I think if he sued that newspaper without, let's say he was married to Meghan Markle, but he stayed in the palace, or he went to Canada, but he didn't do that fucking book, he didn't do that fucking Netflix soap opera. If he didn't do all of that shit and he sued them, I would be like, yeah, he has a full right to do it. If he wants to especially kind of change the landscape of how journalism works, especially celebrity gossip, whatever that works in a more ethical way, sure, go do it. But just because you said that your dad did handstands in his room and panting, said that Camilla was evil, and this is the weirdest shit in your book, and then you did this whole 6-hour soap opera thing, yeah, bullshit. He thinks that it is okay for him to reveal other people's intimate details, but it's not okay for paparazzi because, he's a family member. That's different. If I go and tell about my mom's dirty laundry, that's fine. But if the paparazzi does it, it's not fine, which is questionable at best. So there's 33 counts. Do I think he's gonna win the whole 33 cases that were filed? No. I think he might win a couple, even though he failed to produce any evidences. I think even if he wins one or two, it's going to be seen as victory by the Markles and Harrys of the world. I really think what happened was Meghan encouraged him to do it. I really do, because the whole hate was on her the whole time. And she probably wanted to put him under the bus so everybody forgets about her, because predominantly what is happening, people hating Meghan, but they're not really hating Harry, because Harry, he's always seen as victim in this thing, because he's been, completely bamboozled by this woman. I mean, I don't give a shit. He's an adult. He is 40 plus, I think. It's not like he's completely isolated. Everybody's pointing out that woman is evil, and probably it's working in a opposite direction, just because you made that choice. And you want to prove everybody wrong, saying no, she's a great woman, I'm gonna stick by her. What she's gonna do, she's been quiet a lot. And listen, they say this woman is extremely smart and calculative. If you're smart and calculative, you wouldn't do what she's done. Honestly, you wouldn't, because she has so much hate. People hate her a lot for valid reasons. If you were smart enough, you wouldn't do what she's done. Like going on a hike, being dressed the way she was dressed, right exactly during the coronation. That was extremely sus. Like, I feel like Meghan things were so dumb to the point we're never gonna understand the strategic moves that she's doing. Like, how dumb do you think we are? Like, you can see through the act of it all, and I think she doesn't understand. I think she's completely delusional. What happens a lot, she thinks she's smarter than she actually is. I think she completely of that idea that she's completely smart, she knows what she's doing, her tactics are extremely well calculated, which is complete bullshit. You know, we allegedly think that she's a narcissist. A lot of people think that. Allegedly. One trait about narcissists, they never give up. They will continue going until they reach whatever they want to reach. And then they're going to continue going from there because it's never enough for them. I think she's preparing something big, something huge. When she was contacting people in Capitol Hill, I was like, I truly believe she wants to go into politics. I think she wants to be more of a figure for justice, figure for some good in this world. I think she doesn't want to be just an actress. She wants to be Nelson Mandela. Literally. She doesn't compare herself to Angelina Jolie, Beyonce. No. She compares herself to Mandela, which I think that she wants to do. She frames it like that. That's why she went on these fake charity, whatever she's doing in Africa, or wherever the fuck she was. It's just this photo op of the whole situation. Girl. So what are my predictions about Harry and Meghan? I think personally she will social climb her way through the Capitol Hill, try to become a governor, a representative, whatever. She's gonna try to do that kind of shit, you know. I think her final goal maybe become a president. Who knows? I don't know. That's why I think she always honors herself, and I mean literally honors herself with all these shitty awards like woman of vision, yada yada. She wants to be something big. She wants to be really remembered for her good deeds, which is funny to me because I don't know what she's done. Because with her Archie charity thing, there was this French journalist who went into their office. Literally no one was there, and if you look at their tax filings, they only work 1 hour per week. And if you have a charity, you don't work just 1 hour a week. You probably at least do, 1 day a week, at least 8 hours to see what's going on. Where can you invest? Because 1 hour, it means everything. It means marketing. It means talking to people. Everything that has to go in this charity, she does in an hour a week, which is nothing. I think they haven't spent the money or something. They still have 9 million sitting there. Anyways, the thing about her, she really thinks huge things about herself, but she never delivers the work, which showed a lot during her Spotify thing. Allegedly, she didn't really actually interview those celebrities. Some of them, the staff interviewed the celebrities, and then she would add her voices on top as if she's interviewing them. That's why it sounded so kind of fake. And Spotify lost 12 million or 16 million on her show because they paid her a lot of money and they had to fire her 200 people because that didn't do well. Honestly, if I was a good-hearted Meghan Markle, I would take at least from 12 million, I would take half, 6 million, give it to those 200 people that got fired to support them until they can find another job. But we both know she's not gonna do that. Anywho, I predict that she's gonna use Harry in every way possible, mentally, physically, and then when she finds something better, like her political career, she might drop him. If he's gonna get unhinged at some point, right? With all of the shit that's been going on with him. If he's gonna really I had enough of this shit, she's gonna probably drop him. As for him, I think he is gonna live in the past. He's still gonna talk about the same things he's talking about right now for forever. He cannot let it go. He will never let it go, because when you live with the past, you have something. Because if he lets that go, there's nothing that he has, right? He lives in the US. I don't think he has friends there besides Meghan, which is normal because he just moved there. He might have friends at some point, but I highly doubt so, especially if she's isolating him as much as she can. Having this revenge, having this sort of a vendetta against the whole world is giving him purpose. It's making him extremely miserable, true, but it's giving him purpose, and I think he's gonna hold on to that purpose for a really long time. And I don't think she gives a shit. I think at some point she will start also utilizing her kids, because they have titles, if you don't remember. She'll try to monetize her kids as much as she can. Not monetize, but like make money out of them somehow. Maybe make a clothing line, maybe whatever it takes. But they have titles, and titles mean a lot, apparently. But I don't know if in the US they really care for that. But maybe back in the UK they will. If we would try to be really positive about Harry waking up and going back to the UK and divorcing this woman, I think it's quite unlikely because he did burn all the bridges. But I feel like he's extremely forgivable if he does divorce her and he wakes up and he frames this, oh, well, she bewitched me, basically. But I don't think there's much room for her to wiggle around because it's clearly he does not have the upper hand in the marriage. Allegedly, you can see that. And I think people are less forgiving about her than they will be about him. If he just divorces her and he says he made a mistake, he goes back to the royal family, whatever he does, I think he will be greeted with an open arms. The good thing about Harry is that he's extremely charismatic and he's funny and he's lighthearted. At least he used to be. You know, when you watch all of those videos of him before giving interviews or whatever, he is an extremely fun person to be around with. Of course, that'll change at some point. And if he starts being that again, he might be his redemption, because people like second chances, people like 2.0, people love that in Hollywood especially, and I'm sure he has his way back. Just telling you, if you're watching that, Harry, I think you can go back. And you know, I think you've done a lot of damage already, but I really wish the best for people sometimes. I think there are gonna be less consequences for him than for her. The thing is, where she's gonna go back roll from, like, she's already, you know, she's not gonna roll back to her middle class where she came from, or upper middle class where the fuck she came from. She's always going to be in a better position. You know, she never had as much money as she did before. She never had as much status as she did before. Yes, sure, she's completely unliked among a lot of people, but she's richer. She does have some influence, whether you like it or not. Yeah, so no matter what, I think they're both are going to end up in better positions. At least she will. Let's see, if he will break out from her, he might have a redemption story. We'll see. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. This has been Not So Hot Show. Probably gonna rename it. We'll see. And see you soon. Oh god, that was lame. Let me do that again. And see you soon. Not So Hot Show.